Becky. Welcome back to my channel. I'm sitting in my closet. Ignore this sweater. It's actually for a fall haul I'm doing soon. I thought I would do a kind of a homeschool mom weekly diaries type video where every day at some point during the school day I hop in and kind of keep you posted on how things are going. So I've done this before. It's been about 2 years. I thought I would do it again just to be fun. Last week was actually our first, well, it wasn't our first week back to school, but we started school on Wednesday, was our first day for the 2023-2024 school year. So we did Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, just to kind of ease ourselves in. And that went really well, except for I had planned her curriculum and stuff so early in the spring and summer, like end of April, beginning of May, that a lot of the stuff that I'd planned for her, I even forgot about. So on Wednesday, we sat down together and went through each subject and what we're doing for each subject. And I showed her the updated daily lesson plan that I made for her. I've shown you guys that a few times, actually. I think it was the video that just went up, I believe, or the one before. It's just something I made on like a Word document. Basically, it's like, I don't lesson plan per se, but usually the day before I will, as I'm grading her work, I will write down what I want her to do for the next day. So usually no more than a couple days in advance. Definitely not somebody who sits down and plans out weeks in advance. It just never, I used to, it just never worked for us. So I went over that with her, and we just kind of eased our way in, and that's been going. It went really well. And then today's Monday. So this is our first full week of the new school year. She's in 8th grade this year. And it's been really nice, especially today, except for going over some corrections with her in the morning. I didn't have to do anything school related yet. I do have to grade still, but like as far as like helping her with her subjects, I didn't really have to do anything. I've told you guys this before. My goal as a homeschool mom is to work myself out of a job. And considering she's in 8th grade, it's definitely something that, you know, as she's getting older, she's going to need me less and less. Not to say I'm not here for her, not to say I don't spend a lot of time planning and grading and things like that. And I obviously am here if she has questions, but for the most part, her daily stuff should be able to be done mostly completely independently, which it was today, which was nice. So while she was doing school, I was doing stuff around the house. We got our fall decorations down actually yesterday. My husband did. And so I went through those to see kind of what I need to get. And then I also went to the gym, which is one reason why my hair is like super flat and it's a mess. Like I've got to wash my hair tonight. Normally my husband and I go to the gym at night after he gets off work. We thought we were going rock climbing tonight, like indoor rock climbing. And so I was like, well, I'll go ahead and go to the gym in the afternoon to make sure that I like don't miss that. Went to the gym and ran for the first time in like 3 years. And I love it. And it reminded me of how much I love running, how much I loved running. And I really miss having my treadmill. I sold it about 3 years ago. And I really do miss it sometimes. And it's nice. We just joined the gym. It's kind of a new thing for us. I am definitely wasn't a gym person. Every workout I've ever done in my life prior to now has been done at home. The 30 pounds that I lost, 35 pounds that I lost 10 years ago was all lost at home. Never stepped a toe into a gym. So this is something new for us. We've been doing together, and it's been going about a few months now. So typically he gets off around 7 or 8, and we usually go to the gym at night, which frees up time in the afternoon usually to get things done around the house, which is really nice. But I did take some time this afternoon around 4 o'clock. I went ahead and went to the gym. Spent about 45 minutes on the treadmill. Usually I do mostly strength, starting on the treadmill for like a mile and then doing mostly strength every day, all week long, 4 to 5 days a week. But today we were going to go rock climbing. So I went ahead in the afternoon to get that done. And then now we're not going rock climbing. Kind of glad about that because I was kind of nervous. My daughter's boyfriend and her, like they go indoor rock climbing a lot. And I said that I was going to go with them and then they decided not to go. So I'm like, thank goodness I don't have to go. So I am considering doing a 2-a-day because my husband's getting ready to come home from work and I'm not going to be able to work out tomorrow or Wednesday, just some stuff we've got going on. So I thought, well, I did go to the gym earlier. I got a really good workout in. I definitely know that. I have not sweated that much in a very long time, but I do think that I've got a little bit of extra juice in the tank that I can go ahead and do a second workout, just strength, no cardio. And then I will have Tuesday and Wednesday off to do what I need to do, but also to rest. So tomorrow is Tuesday. We've got a lot going on tomorrow. And then Wednesday, My husband's actually going to be off this week on Wednesday, and we've got some errands to run. We've got a car repair to do, and then Wednesday night we're actually having family pictures taken. So it's been about 10 years since we've had family pictures taken. So not going to work out on Wednesday and get sweaty and then try to look decent at nighttime to have them taken. I'm just not going to do that. So I was running around today, went to the gym, looked at the fall decor to see what I still want to get this year. And then I had to rearrange some of our outfits for the family pictures. Somebody's outfit at the last minute kind of did not work out. So I had to kind of shift a little bit and change some people's outfits. So I did that. I think everything is figured out now. But that's why I'm not working out on Tuesday or Wednesday. So it's kind of my justification for going to the gym twice. Normally, I don't recommend that. I think definitely once is plenty. And if you're pushing yourself enough, it's plenty. I think taking rest days is important. But in this situation, if he gets off here in the next 15 or 20 minutes, we're going to go to the gym and just do lower body strength and then take Tuesday and Wednesday off. So I thought I would try this out, see if you guys were interested in this. It's kind of like a confessional diary type thing. And it's kind of funny to do it in the closet because honestly, so much of what I do is in my closet. I talk a lot on the phone in my closet, and then I film a lot of things. Like in the past, over the years, I've done little clips in my closet because it's one of the few places that's quiet. And, you know, my daughter's boyfriend, he's over here a lot too, and it's just an extra person that I would feel embarrassed to film in front of or have somebody hear me filming. I still don't like my family to even hear me filming, much less another person. So who knows? Maybe I'll check in every day this week in the closet. You never know. But that's pretty much the recap for today. School went well. I still need to grade. What's probably going to happen is I'll grade in the morning. I do that a lot. I intend to grade at night, so I don't have that ahead of me in the morning. But honestly, it mostly happens pretty much all the time. It's okay. It's not a huge deal. It takes me about anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes to grade. So it's not a big deal. I just don't like doing that, but it's probably what's going to happen because we're going to go to the gym, hopefully, and then I'll have to wash my hair. And so I'm just probably not going to go back in the office / homeschool room to grade tonight, but it's okay. Yeah, that's something I'm just going to have to probably accept the fact that that's kind of what I tend to do is not go back in there to grade at night. And that's okay. So we're back from the gym now, and I just washed my hair. I'm getting ready to dry it, and boy, it was definitely a challenge to do lower body strength after running this afternoon. Probably a mistake, but it's okay. I was still sore though from like 2 or 3 days ago. Like my hamstrings were still sore. So I did have to lighten up quite a bit. It's definitely a challenge, but I feel really accomplished. Like I said earlier, I don't think doing 2-a-day workouts are a good idea as a general rule, but every now and again, it just feels nice to just burn everything up at once. And that's exactly what I did today. So anyway, obviously back home, I'm going to dry my hair, relax for the rest of the night, and I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, happy Tuesday. It is almost 12 o'clock, and I just did a quick little mini tidy of the kitchen and living room. It was getting a little out of hand. Technically, the kitchen needs to be mopped, but that's not going to happen today. My mom is actually coming over. She usually comes over on Tuesdays and has lunch with us, and we actually have a few errands to run. Hoping to go to Hobby Lobby, like I mentioned yesterday, and look at fall stuff. I know Bath & Body Works is having a candle sale today for their reward members, and I haven't been able to have candles in a really long time because we have a parakeet, but he lives upstairs, and we had Ducky, which is our canary, and he was mostly downstairs. And so we got him in August of 2021, I think it is. And so canaries are really delicate, and he already had a lot of health problems anyway. And we actually had to have him put to sleep the day after Mother's Day this year because of some health problems that he had. But during that time, I wasn't able to have candles, and I got rid of all my candles thinking we were going to have him for a really long time, hoping and wishing we would have had him for a really long time. He was the best pet ever. No offense to Loki and Bean and Tango, our parakeet, and like every other pet we've ever had. There was something about him that just got you right in the heart, and he was so sweet. But he was suffering so had to put him to sleep, and I had gotten rid of all my candles. And so that's one thing I remember saying, especially whenever the seasons would change, was I really miss having candles. I know they're not necessarily good for you. I don't plan on burning them all the time. I don't plan on getting a whole bunch, but I would like to get maybe at least a few for fall and winter, and then probably not the rest of the year. But that's the plan. As far as school goes, my daughter is just finishing up her teaching textbooks. That's one reason I love teaching textbooks, is because it's math and it's taught for me, and I don't have to teach it, think about it, or even grade it. It's graded for her. So that's nice. And then something else that's kind of new that I talked about in our 8th grade curriculum choices video is history. We're still doing BJU Press. We love BJU Press, but we have never done their world history curriculum in the younger years. My oldest daughter did it when she was in high school for 1 year, but we've never done it for their younger years. And we have not done world history with my youngest in probably about 5 or 6 years. We did it together as a group subject, a different curriculum, back in the day when I was teaching my oldest and my youngest at the same time. But she's been doing U.S. history for the last quite a few years prior to this. So this is kind of interesting to go ahead and do world history now, kind of going back way before any of the stuff she learned in U.S. history, kind of going way, way back. And I like how, because BJU Press and Bob Jones is a Christian curriculum, Christian company, they are also interweaving biblical history in a little bit with it. I really like that. So that's been something, obviously she's only been doing it now, this is the 5th day, but it's really nice to have kind of a change of pace and time period, but also still keeping those Christian values in the history curriculum. I think that's really nice. And I have noticed it already more in the world history curriculum in only 5 days than I did with the U.S. history. I guess because we're going back to like Bible times, you know, so that's being mentioned a lot more often than it was in the U.S. history. So that's just something I wanted to note that I think is interesting. But that's all for today. So what we'll do is she's working on her school, finishing up teaching textbooks and one of her grammar workbooks, and then we'll have lunch, run her errands, come back. She'll finish up any school that she didn't finish up this morning. And then I think tonight we're going, well, I say they are going roller skating. I will take them and I'll probably edit a video, probably the video you saw, should have been last week. I will edit while we're there. But that'll be school for today. Usually Tuesday is not a full day just because my mom does come and we usually spend a couple hours with her. But it's okay because, you know, I can add it to tomorrow and kind of sprinkle in a little extra here and there throughout the week to kind of make up for that. And that's the beauty of homeschooling. So that's the plan for today. So these are the 3 candles that I picked. I will be showing these and a bunch of other stuff that I got for fall. Hand soap and clothes and maybe a little closet kind of declutter to get ready for fall. That's all going to be in one video. So stay tuned for that. But I did get these 3. This one is a classic. I love. I've had it before. This one smells really good. It's pumpkin, sandalwood, and spice. I'm not in love with the packaging. A lot of them looked like this with this type of packaging. I don't love that. I know the sticker comes off. I just wish they would have done. I mean, that's for me, part of the fun of Bath & Body Works candles is the cute packaging. I just didn't really think hardly any of it was cute. So, because the pumpkin apple came in a different smell too, or a different jar that was like kind of like this, and I just went for this one. And then the Fresh Fall Morning. I've never had this. I've never smelled this. It smells very manly in a way. So I thought I would try something different because, you know, these are like traditional pumpkin apples and this is a little bit different. She said if I didn't like it, I could bring it back if I hadn't burned it like more than halfway. So it's always nice to have that option. So that's what I got at Bath & Body Works. I am sitting in my husband's car waiting to pick my car up at the shop. We had to have new spark plugs put in, which is super exciting because it's pretty expensive, but it had to be done. And it is Wednesday, so he's off today, so that's why we're getting this done today. He had a dentist appointment, and we have our family pictures tonight, which of course, I mean, you might have noticed this yesterday, but I have like broken out on my forehead leading up to pictures because that's just perfect timing. But today's one of those busy days where he was off, we had a lot of errands to run, and so we were not able to get in like a full sit-down day of school. I got her up, and we did, you know, she did breakfast and stuff, and then we did a couple subjects this morning, and then we went to lunch after he got home from the dentist, and then we dropped the girls back off at the house so they could do some stuff around the house and she could go ahead and do her math and her science, I think. But it's still not a full day, but I wanted to prioritize math just because whenever you start a new level of teaching textbooks in particular, there's a lot of review at the beginning. So I'm trying to like get past that point so she can actually start working on new stuff. So that was definitely something she did. She did a sheet of her grammar today. She's doing science, and something else she did this morning. Oh, her writing she did this morning as well. So pretty decent day, I feel like, considering it wasn't a full day. And then once we get back home from picking up the van, then we have to, it'll be, let's see, time's 2 o'clock. So around 4, we're definitely going to have to like start getting ready and doing people's hair and like getting in the outfits and stuff like that for pictures at 6. So that's the plan today. It's been kind of a hectic running around errands kind of a day. I really am not looking forward to pictures. I hate having my picture taken. So I'm not looking forward to that, but I do hope we get some good pictures because, like I mentioned, it's been a long time since we've had family pictures done. So that was the agenda, kind of what's happened so far today, the school we were able to fit in, and I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, it's Thursday and I'm back in my closet. It's 3 o'clock actually on the nose, and it's been kind of a busy day, but recapping last night, I told you guys we were having pictures taken. It was so hot, and we weren't, like, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to have pictures taken in the summer. So, like, the background was neutral. They weren't, like, fall or winter pictures. But, you know, it was really, really hot. And I had on skinny jeans. My husband had on jeans. My daughter's boyfriend was in some of the pictures. He had on jeans. And it's just, like, it was sweltering out there, and it was, like, 98 degrees. So I have no idea if any of the pictures are going to be good, just because I'm not good at having pictures taken. None of us really like having pictures taken, but then also just sweating buckets trying to not look hot. So I don't know if any of them will be salvageable. She's got a 3-week turnaround before we can see them. So I'm really excited to see them. That turned out really well. And then I don't know if I told you guys yet or not, but we actually got a fire pit. And even though ironically it was so hot out last night, my husband used to want a fire pit, and I was like, no, we would never use it. But then now we decided that we probably would. And my oldest daughter especially loves fire pits, and her and her boyfriend, like, they go out in the hammock and stuff all the time, and they thought it'd be fun to have a fire pit. So anyway, long story short, I got a fire pit, and it came in yesterday. After pictures yesterday, me, my oldest daughter, and her boyfriend went to the gym, and my husband stayed home with my youngest, and they put together the fire pit and got it all ready to go. So when we came back, we roasted hot dogs and s'mores, and that was just really fun. And even though it was hot outside, it didn't put off enough heat that we were like really hot. So I think it's going to be a really, really fun addition to our family, and especially with fall and winter coming up, I'm really excited about having that, and just having time around the fireplace is going to be really fun. So we did that. And then today is Thursday, so this week has just flown by, and my youngest daughter is actually having a friend over. I think I actually hear them right now. She's coming over, and they're going to go to a trampoline park and, you know, hang out for a little while. And then after she leaves, my husband and I will go to the gym together tonight. But school-wise, I want to have a little TED Talk with you guys. I've been homeschooling now 10 years, and every single summer I fall out of my homeschool routine, which makes sense. But every single summer, I think when the end of summer is coming and school starts back, I always think I'm going to be able to keep this up during the school year. I'm going to be able to keep up the routine that I have. And then every single year, I'm surprised that I can't. And I don't understand why. I don't know that that's just not feasible. There are some parts of my routine that I can keep up with at the same time of day. And there's other things that I have to put other places. And it's just like, why do I do that to myself? And then I feel disgusted and like frustrated that I'm not able to do what I was able to do during the summer when I was able to do it. So I don't know if you guys are like that or not, but I had a really good routine going. I was really happy with how things were going, especially in the mornings, and that's just not happening. So I'm trying to figure out this new routine. Once I get it at least somewhat figured out, I'm planning on doing hopefully a fall morning routine and a fall evening routine, just to kind of show you guys the pattern that I fall into and what I'm able to get done in certain blocks of time. But until I can figure that out on my own, obviously I can't film that for you guys. I did just film and upload a weekly homeschool reset, which is kind of my Friday routine, like wrapping up the school week and getting prepared for a new week the next week. So make sure you check that out if you haven't seen it. But other than that, I would really like to do a routine video, more routine videos in general, but specifically fall, just to kind of add a little bit of festiveness to my homeschool videos. But I just get really frustrated with myself that I can't keep that up in the school year, and I don't know why I do that to myself every time. Especially, and also grading, like that video where I was talking about, like grading every day for the next day and grading on Friday before the weekend comes so that I'm ready for Monday. I haven't graded in 2 days. I've just had to go ahead and like assign her the next day's lessons, but I haven't graded like the last 2 days of work that she's done, which I hate doing because I like to try to catch mistakes when they happen. And obviously if I'm not grading every night, that's not happening. So, you know, I need to get better about that. And I know it's only the first full week of school. We literally just started school 7 days ago for this school year. So I know things will get better, and I know that's one of the benefits of homeschooling is being able to have that flexibility and not having to be so rigid. But at the same time, sometimes I want to do things a certain way, and when I don't do them, it frustrates me with myself because I know it makes my job harder the next day. So I wish I wouldn't do that. But anyway, knowing that she was having a friend over, I got up this morning, I did her lesson plan. She got in a full day of school. She actually should be done right around now because her friend actually just got here. So I'm really pleased that she was able to get a full day of school in. And while she was doing school, I got her started. But then I went ahead and did some cleaning. I did laundry. I made some energy balls for everybody because I thought that would be really nice for them to have for just a little snack. So I feel really productive in that way. I got a lot of cleaning done that I normally wouldn't have gotten done until Friday or Saturday. But I am frustrated that I'm behind on grading. I don't like when that happens. But it is what it is. I know I'll figure it out. I know I'll catch up. And I know it's okay at the end of the day. It's like not a huge deal. But those are kind of two things that frustrate me about myself, especially trying to get back into a routine, is not expecting what worked in the summer to work in the school year, at least not at the same times, and not keeping up with grading every night. I have a reason. I mean, like last night we had pictures taken, then we went to the gym, then we did the fire pit, and I feel like that family time was more important than grading. And usually at nighttime when I go to the gym, so like there's things that I am, I guess, prioritizing at night now that I used to not. So maybe I'm going to have to just start adjusting and be like, okay, I don't even expect myself to grade at night. I will get up and grade in the morning before school. Maybe that's what I'll have to figure out. Maybe that'll be something I'll be able to do and implement and keep up with. And maybe you'll see that if I do the fall morning routine, maybe you'll see that in the morning, because maybe doing it at night now is not as realistic as it used to be. I don't know. But you guys let me know if you kind of feel me in that situation. But her friend is here. We're going to hang out for a little bit. I'm going to take them to the trampoline park for an hour and a half. I'll be working, kind of at a desk somewhere or a table, doing some planning for YouTube and some stuff for the house. I need to finalize our fall bucket list, trying to get everybody's ideas of like what they want to do in the next couple months. Just stuff like that, kind of administrative homeschool mom stuff I'll be doing while they're doing that. But that's my little check-in for the day. I will check in with you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday, so I'm not really sure what we'll do, what we'll get up to. But I will check in with you guys. Back to my closet confessional. It has been a week. I feel like overall it was a really good week, but like I mentioned, I think yesterday, I'm just really struggling with myself. My own schedule, getting back into a routine, even though I know this is probably normal, I'm just really struggling with the grading routine and then the getting up in the morning routine. For some reason, I've just been sleeping like I've been murdered at night, and I wake up and I'm just like, it's way later than it should. I shouldn't have to set an alarm. I don't normally have to set an alarm. I've never really had to set an alarm unless I had to be somewhere like very specific at a certain time. I always would get up on my own. So I don't really know what's going on, and I'm a little confused about that. So I think, and this probably is common sense to everybody, but I was just thinking yesterday, being a mom, I think you are pretty much the ship that guides the fleet, if you know what I mean. And most moms anyway. And then with homeschooling especially, we think so much about the child, how the child is doing, how responsible the child is, how good the child is doing with their school, But really, I think it still is a lot about whoever is homeschooling that child. Because like for me, when my life is out of sorts and I don't have myself in a routine of some sort, and I don't mean a strict routine because I've never done that and I'm not into strict routines, but I mean just like some type of flow, consistent flow, I guess we'll call it. When I'm out of sorts, it makes her homeschool out of sorts. I don't know why I'm shaking so bad. I'm sorry. It makes her whole homeschool out of sorts. And that's something that I've been very aware of this week. And I know, like I said, it was only the first full week of school. So I guess I just have unrealistic expectations for myself, but I feel like it has been easier in the past to kind of get back into routine. I don't know why this year in particular, it seems like I'm having a harder time. So I don't really know what's going on, but I think once I get myself in check and I get myself in a good routine, that will obviously flow over into our homeschool because I am the one that guides homeschool. I'm trying to give myself grace, trying to give myself a few more weeks to really figure out like what I need to do to get back into a routine. Maybe it'll happen on its own. I don't know. I think I am going to have to start setting an alarm in the morning, at least for a little while, because obviously this last week I've learned that not setting an alarm, even though I never needed to before, has not been working out, and I can't continue this the entire school year. So I think next week I'll try setting an alarm. I think next week I will try not to expect myself to grade at night after school, even though I used to do that most of the time. I will try to change that and maybe do it in the morning. And if I do it at night, that's great. But if I don't, then it's fine. I'm going to just expect when I get up in the morning, I'm going to have to grade before we start school. So trying to be realistic, trying to give myself grace, trying to adjust things that can be adjusted and fix that, because my homeschool and the quality of the homeschool that we have is really dependent on me. So a lot. Really what my daughter does is a small portion of what actually needs to get done to make a successful homeschool run. So anyway, just reminding myself of that. But today school is done. She had a full day of school. I feel really good about that. It was a very full day of school, made up for earlier in the week when we had a couple things that we skipped. So I feel really good about that. Obviously I haven't graded yet, but we are going to kind of a reptile and bug show, which I think will be really fun. And I used to take the girls there when they were younger. We stopped going because we had an incident where we were not expecting, and people who have snakes and reptiles are going to be like making fun of us. We didn't know they were going to have like freeze-dried baby mice, and it was very traumatic. And my youngest at the time was probably about 6. And so she started crying, and it was a whole big thing. So we haven't been back since, but my daughter's boyfriend is like obsessed with bugs and lizards and stuff like that. And so he wanted to go to a reptile expo. And we do really enjoy it, except for that traumatic part. We do really enjoy seeing all the different species, and it's really fun. And some of the people that are there to sell them, like they'll let you hold them and different things. So I'm excited about that. I think it kind of would count almost as our first field trip of the year, even though it's only the first week of school, first full week. I think that'll be a really fun thing to do, a really fun way to finish out the week and then also start out the homeschool year. But that was pretty much my week in a nutshell. I hope you guys enjoyed following along with me, little snippets here and there each day of the week. And let me know if you want to see a video like this again, this format, where it's just like, honestly, mostly me in my closet talking with little bits of overlay of things that I've taken pictures of or video. I'll try to get a little bit of video of the Reptile Expo today, just to kind of overlay. So if I did, you guys would have already seen it a minute ago when I was talking about it. But let me know if you guys like this video, if you want to see more. If you do, make sure you give it a thumbs up and leave a comment letting me know that yes, you want to see more. Maybe what you would like for me to talk about in certain videos going forward. That really helps me to figure out what you guys want to see. So make sure you do that for me. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.